E3 is coming up in a few weeks, and, well, just, come on,
We wanted to,
Corey.
we wanted to talk about what we thought would be there, what we don't think will be there, and what we want there.
What we really, really want. So, oh, I remember Barry really wanted this one. Just, I don't see it happening. So the first one was The Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian.
I don't. Do you think it's
I,
happening?
I have on my list. I have it as one of my don't thinks.
It's don't. Yeah, I have it here as a don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it'll be. I think
Like-
they'll be like, oh, by the way, we're working on it. It'll
Like,
be one
we
of those.
already know they're still working on it, but they've been
Yeah.
working on it for how long? It's been
It-
almost a decade.
It's almost been a decade.
It's like the
like-
Duke Nukem for Sony.
Like, let's put it this way: I didn't know it was. I didn't know it existed. I didn't know it existed when it was originally announced.
You really didn't? Are you serious?
Well, like I'm only what? I'm only like 17 or 18 or something. I don't even know. So like almost 10 years ago, I would have been like 8 years old.
Oh, that's right. Huh.
So like I wouldn't have had access or a means to knowing where to find information like that.
It's
Stuff like
called
that.
the internet. You were 8.
Yeah,
Jesus. Wait, what year were you born?
96.
96. You're 4 years younger than me.
4?
You- 4 years younger than me. Yeah, you're gonna turn 19 this year, aren't you?
Yeah, I still haven't turned 19.
I haven't turned 19 yet. I just turned into a Pidgeot, though. I mean, a Pidgeotto. Fuck
Pidgeotto.
me. So, oh my gosh. But what do you think the chances are of The Last Guardian actually
I
being
think
at
it's
E3?
I think it's pretty slim. Maybe like 10%.
Like, it could be that it was a similar case to, what is it? Final Fantasy 15? Like,
Yeah, I can see that.
they just decided randomly that, oh, we should actually just make this for next gen because we can't do it on current gen.
Yeah,
It's
It-
just
it could be one of those like we don't want to hold back the game with the console's limitation.
so it could be we'll get it, but I don't think it's likely.
I don't think it's likely either.
I still think a cancellation of the game is more likely than a new
Yes.
PS4 announcement.
I think that even if the game comes out, it'll have so much hype and so much like such high expectations for it, that it will be very difficult to live up to it.
I think, if anything, if they do announce it, it'll be so radically different from what we got that it's not even the same game. Like, it'll use the similar elements, like Ico's announcement trailer, and then, like, the final build.
Yeah,
They were similar, but they were vastly different. I just
right.
don't see it coming.
No, I can't see it being announced. More likely that it's
Canceled.
canceled. Yeah.
Or just turned into a new project.
Yeah, just using some of the assets for a different game,
Yeah. Alright.
which is it's just okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games do that.
Yeah. All right.
So-
So moving on to more like don't thinks, because we're on that track right now.
We don't
I know-
think... Is this... Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
I was gonna say that you think that there's gonna be a Sonic game.
I do think there's going to be a Sonic game. I don't know why you don't think there's going to be a Sonic game.
I think that if there's a Sonic game, it's going to be produced by Sega,
No shit.
and it'll be horrible because
What?
Sonic is just dying. Like,
Okay, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Generation, Sonic Colors, and Unleash, or at least half of Unleash, were all amazing games.
I
I
think
think,
Sonic Lost World got a lot of bad, like negative criticism when it shouldn't have.
yeah, Sonic Lost World was a great game. It's just a lot of people just didn't understand it.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. It was definitely like a game that I saw and I was like, oh man, that actually looks like a lot of fun. It looked like it felt like colors and it felt like the best parts about colors and generations.
Yeah, and they were just trying to move it along to keep it fresh and exciting. And Jesus Christ, they just keep getting fucked over.
Man, I
And
got
guess
first.
what?
Yeah, no, they did a really good job with that game. Like I'd be really proud of that, but I don't know if I see a new Sonic game coming. I think maybe they wait a year.
Like, I know Sega and Nintendo already announced the next Sonic and Mario at the Olympic things, but
Yeah, that
I'm
doesn't really
like,
count.
yeah, I'm like Sonic Boom was being developed and Sonic Lost World came out like 2 years ago. I'm like, Sonic games generally come out like every 2 years. That's why I think it's gonna happen.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like, because Sonic Boom was different people. Sega could have been working on Sonic for Xbox One and PS4 all this time.
Right.
Uh, oh, this one, man. This one. Yeah,
What is
we're
it?
basically doing your don't think list right now because Sonic got mentioned.
Oh yeah.
So, mm,
Do
I
you
guess we'll
want
do a
to?
bit of mine. So
Yeah.
it
Do you
can
want to
just
go
be
for
one.
yours?
So, this one's a bit of a joke. This one is I don't expect good beta support.
Oh yeah.
Like, fucking the
it's
Vita is dead in the water.
it's been dead for a couple years.
It's made of metal. Of course it's gonna sink when you put it in water.
It's so unfortunate because like
It's a
it's
it's
so
a
powerful.
it's a good system. It's just
It
that
is a strong piece of hardware.
Sony made it with the idea of its selling point being good graphics. And once the
Yeah.
PS4 came out, they were like, well, we can't use that as a selling point anymore.
Yeah.
And so now the PS Vita is just the PS4's like Wii U gamepad, a 200, more like $180 gamepad.
Yeah.
And it's just not fucking worth it in the least.
No.
Why would you? I don't see. Like, I'm excited for like games like Persona 4 Dancing All Night, despite how much that game milks the franchise of Persona 4, which Persona Q already did to death. I love Persona 4, so of course I'm gonna get it. I already have pre-ordered. I have the special Dancing Fever All Night whatever edition pre-ordered. Like,
Of course you do.
I still fucking do. Like, I'm not even gonna deny it. I want that game. Plus, like,
Hey.
I mean, come on, it's got Chie, and
I was gonna say it's got Chie.
it's got dancing Chie. Like,
That's all you can ask for.
Atlas already knows what I want from this thing. But like, oh my gosh, like Square, like, I don't think Square. Well, no, Square is putting out one game for it. I think. It's like a Chaos Rings game though, and like I can play that on my. I have the first Chaos Rings on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. The Vita's just it does
It's just like a phone. It's just a tablet for people who don't like playing on their phone
yeah.
or their tablet, and it's sad.
It does a lot of good things, but it doesn't have the support behind it
Yeah,
to
it
make
doesn't
it
have
a
enough
great
exclusives.
handheld. Like
Like-
the 3DS is starting to get a lot more third-party support. It's still in that period where the 3DS was in, where it was like trying to figure out, hey, are we still gonna be making this in a year or two? You remember that period where there was like no 3DS games?
Yeah,
And
that was
it was
an
like-
awkward phase for the
Yeah,
3DS.
that's what the Vita's in right now. But it's been in that since it launched, and it's kind of unacceptable now.
Yeah, especially like when your biggest release was a mediocre game. that
Yeah,
was just a half-assed translation of a Japanese game. Like
exactly.
Tales of Hearts are. People wanted it so bad, and when people came out, they were like, "It was all right." They were like, it did not even have like legit. Oh my gosh, the translation might as well have just been the English Chinese version with most of the spelling errors gone.
Yikes.
Most of them. Like
That's rough.
Jesus fucking Christ. But enough about the veto. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
I don't think Nintendo's going to announce plans for Zelda 30th anniversary.
You don't think?
I don't think they're going to announce plans for Zelda 30th anniversary. So, when Zelda U got announced, it was coming out on the 29th year of the Zelda franchise. I suspected, because it happens with every fucking Zelda game, that it's going to get delayed. I
Yeah.
mean, at least with home console Zelda games, it always gets delayed, no matter what.
Yeah, of
Majora's
course.
Mask maybe didn't. Skyward
No, I
Sword got
think it was because it was in a rush mode. It was like they needed to make the game in a certain amount of time, right?
yeah. Even though Miyamoto told Aonuma, we can delay this game if you want. Aonuma's like, you gave me a challenge to make it in a fucking year. I'm gonna make it in a year.
Yeah.
And then he like bitch slapped Miyamoto, and he's like, Aonuma bitches. his,
That's
his
that
name
that might be the greatest possible
reason.
reason to leave, like Aonuma.
Aonuma bitches. For the longest
Uh,
time, I pronounced Eiji Aonuma's name as Aya Aonuma.
A without like
A.
pronouncing the J.
Yeah, Eiji Aonuma. Because I heard someone pronounce it, and that was the first time I had heard it pronounced, and now I just say Aya Aonuma sometimes, and it's not my fault.
I swear.
It's Hitler's fault.
Wow.
But yeah, so like, didn't it take forever for them to actually announce plans for? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I hit you. But either way,
Yeah, I
let's get
can't
back to
either.
this.
I got hit again, by the way, and then somebody pushed me off the edge.
So, what else was there? Yeah, like for the 25th anniversary of Zelda, they didn't really announce much until the game actually was about to come out.
Yeah.
So I just don't see it being like a priority thing for Nintendo to, because like it's Mario's anniversary right now. That's
I
probably
think
what they're gonna focus on
that
first.
to them is more important right now.
Yeah.
Which is fair. Mario's the biggest selling game for them, right?
Yeah, next to like Pokemon, it's their biggest selling thing.
Yeah, so it makes sense for them to focus more on that right now. You're definitely right. I think delaying the game, delaying Zelda, maybe even till like early 2016,
Uh,
um,
was
is
it
like
in,
even a possibility.
like we already know Zelda got delayed, so I'm just like, it doesn't really matter. I'm like, I expect details next year. I honestly didn't think Majora's Mask 3D would come out this year. I thought it would come out next year
Yeah,
to coincide with the 30th anniversary. I thought they were going to do what they did with Skyward Sword. They will release Ocarina of Time 3D, then
Yeah.
they'd release a new game, and I figured they were going to follow that, and they didn't. I mean, we still got a Zelda game this year, but we didn't get a new Zelda game this year. Like, it had enough new content to keep it fresh and interesting,
yeah.
but yeah.
Plus, any
So,
Zelda is good Zelda.
and basically, we still got a Zelda last year technically. We
Didn't
got
we get?
Hyrule Warriors, which was great.
Oh yeah, we didn't get a Link Between Worlds last year, did we?
Yeah, we got it the year before.
Holy, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, it
The game
has.
feels like it just came out.
Right, Skyward Sword's almost 4 years old.
Ouch. Ooh, wow.
But yeah, let's move
Oh.
on to the next thing.
Okay,
Uh,
here's one of mine that I don't think is gonna happen.
I see like, oh wait, that's the wrong list. Okay, go on. Like, I just looked the list and I see your mom on there, and I thought that was from the same list.
I was actually gonna say, I don't see. I think it's highly improbable that Animal Crossing Wii U comes out, or not comes out, but is announced, um, here are my reasons. Okay, I think it's in development right now because
Yeah.
based on the push, like villagers in Smash, the the DLC for Mario Kart, which we're playing right now, the DLC for Smash that just got announced, the Tanuki suit, or the not the Tanuki suit, the KK slider. That's what it is. The KK slider costume that just got like announced. I think it's all like evidence pointing out that it could be happening soon, but I don't think it's happening yet.
Yeah, not to mention Nintendo said at E3 it's going to be games coming out 2015 and early 2016.
Exactly.
Animal Crossing to me, Animal Crossing from what I've witnessed usually comes out mid to late in the year.
Yeah.
New Leaf came out in, I believe it came out
April.
June.
Oh yeah, you're right. June 9th.
It came out like,
June
yeah,
6th.
June 9th, because I remember my sister really wanted Animal Crossing New Leaf. I got her the,
The special edition.
yeah, for her birthday, because her birthday was on the 13th.
Okay.
And, I was sitting there without her knowing that I already downloaded New Leaf on my 3DS. So I was playing Animal Crossing New Leaf for a whole week before she even got the chance. And I still feel kind of like a bastard for it.
Yeah, those are kind of like some reasons though why like I don't think it's gonna be happening because typically Animal Crossing releases coincide with like a summer or a fall release.
Yeah, like even the upcoming Animal Crossing Home Decor game is getting released in September, albeit in Japan, but still September.
Yeah. So, like that's as much Animal Crossing as I think we're gonna see at E3.
I honestly, but it still could be there. Like, I honestly wasn't expecting a new Harvest Moon game to be announced for Wii U, and like
Yeah.
one just got announced today.
I did see that.
It isn't like a legit Harvest Moon game though, because it's not actually the developers of Harvest Moon. It's the publishers. Like, you remember last
Uh-oh.
year how they released an original 3DS Harvest Moon?
Yeah.
It wasn't the actual developers from Japan. It was Natsume, the publisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually got Japan's Harvest Moon localized by I think Xseed as
I think you're
Story
right.
of Seasons.
It was yeah. It was something about the seasons. Yeah. So I just don't.
Yeah.
I think it's too soon. Also, because Animal Crossing came out.
2 years ago.
I think a year or two ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I just don't see it like really happening yet.
Not yet.
Or
Yeah.
at least getting announced.
For all we know, it could be announced in a direct in July or September.
Yeah.
Usually Nintendo doesn't do directs for, excuse me, they usually don't do directs for like 3 or 2 months after E3.
And I think that one will be when we see, if at all, any Animal Crossing Wii U.
Yeah. All right. So, next on the list is, okay. Now this one's a bit iffy. So I don't expect a new Souls game, but earlier today there was
Yeah.
rumors that
yeah.
Dark Souls 3 is going to be announced at E3. Now, my reasoning behind this was that we just got Bloodborne. Dark Souls 2, Scholars of the First Sin, was just released like last year, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of like I just don't see it happening because they've already made Bloodborne. Like,
Yeah.
another game, Bloodborne wasn't a Souls game, but it was very much a Souls game. Like, the only thing not Souls about it was the title and the fact that you didn't have a fucking shield. Well, you could have a shield in Bloodborne, it's just you only got one and it was very shitty.
Yeah. The similarities were pretty deep with those two games, though.
Yeah. And I love Bloodborne. I love the Lovecraft inspiration in it. It's just I don't know. I think it's too soon for Dark Souls 3 already.
Yeah, I don't think we need a Dark Souls. Another Dark
Because,
Souls.
like,
The market's almost oversaturated with them already.
yeah, like Dark Souls, like, so Demon Souls came out, like, what, 2008 maybe? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then we got, like, Dark Souls, and people loved that. And then we got Dark Souls 2, and now we've got Bloodborne. That's 4 fucking Souls games right there, even if one of them doesn't say it in its name.
Yeah.
A 5th one already? That's too much. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I can't see it realistically happening.
All right.
Not this year. Maybe in a couple of years.
Like for all I know, they could have just been fucking. I don't see why they'd work on Bloodborne and make the DLC for Dark Souls 2, and then make a fucking Dark Souls 3 all at the same time. Like, Jesus Christ! Not even Nintendo does that. Nintendo. Like, when they make Zelda, yeah, like, the people making the handhelds and the home console ones, generally there are 2 divisions and they will cross over sometimes, but Jesus Christ, they don't make fucking DLC.
Yeah.
Alright, so, next on the list, so Rory,
Yeah.
what was your thing?
My next don't think is a new main series Pokemon game. I think this one... keep in mind, people, if you ever watch this, keep in mind, like, I put this list together before I knew Super Mystery Dungeon was a thing.
But we're talking, like, we're talking flagship Pokemon here. We're not talking
I'm just saying,
spin-off.
I think that Super Mystery Dungeon being announced points towards no new Pokemon this year.
Which, I mean, it shouldn't, because, like, even Mystery Dungeons have been coming out while mainstream flagship ones have been coming out.
Yeah, no.
Polino.
No, like, main series Pokemon game, not seeing it, not feeling it.
You're not feeling it? You're not shulking it?
No, I don't think we need one yet.
I don't think we need a new mainstream Pokemon, but that doesn't mean it's wrong to have one.
I don't think we'll need one ever.
We'll never... X and Y, the last Pokemon game, it's now being rebooted as Dark Souls.
And honestly, would not surprise me.
Viva Pin Pokemon.
Grant Kirkhope is composing the music.
Viva Pinata was great, though, I think. My sister likes Viva Pinata.
I never played it.
But back on track.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just gonna get both my picks out of the way, because that one's kind of a small one.
I mean, we can fluff it up a bit. Like, I do think there is a good chance of it being announced there. My only complaint is that, I don't know, it'd be so weird going a year without a new Pokemon game. You know? Like, I'm not talking about, like, Mystery Dungeon Pokemon. I'm talking about, like, Pokemon. Like,
yeah.
Like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, it's a weird thought to me, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I'm fine with it.
It's just a weird thought. Thank you, Rochelle. My little baby sister. My big sister, who is much more mature than me, despite me being the older one.
Like I'm perfectly fine with
I'm perfectly fine with gay rights.
I'm perfectly fine without a new Pokemon game. It wouldn't bother me at all.
So you are Canadian.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to my last one.
Last one.
My last don't think pick for E3 is a new... Oh yeah, this one's a cop-out. New Donkey Kong game. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean...
I think I was just, like, clawing at whatever I could find.
Or you could just say no new Retro Studios game.
But I think that there will be one.
It was just gonna be called Metroid Prime 4
Metroid Prime 4 Recorruption.
or Metroid Primus. Now starring Optimus Prime from the Devil May Cry series.
Autobots.
Autobots, initiate Devil Trigger mode.
Oh god. Autobots, it's time. We're rolling out. Right. Oh my god, the truck is Optimus without a doubt. No I'm not.
I'm Steve Irwin, back from the dead.
How you like me now?
How you like me now? But seriously, I don't know about a new Donkey Kong game.
I don't think it'll happen. It won't even. Nah. It's just like it was kind of another one where I was like, you know what? Probably won't happen. But you know,
probably will.
In case it does, and I want to look dumb in front of a general populace of 10 people who are going to watch this.
Okay,
yeah, no Donkey Kong.
No Donkey Kong?
We can move on. We can move on.
Retro did say that their reasoning for Tropical Freeze was they felt they hadn't done all they could have with Donkey Kong. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense for them to have made Tropical Freeze, but now it makes no sense for them to make a third, unless, like, they're pandering to JonTron. Right? Like, did JonTron even said anything about the new Donkey Kong Country games?
Nah. From, like, what I've heard, I've not heard anything about him talking about the Tropical Freeze games.
Because I know he loves Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. He loves Rare.
I know he did a review, if you can call it that, of Donkey Kong Country Returns.
It was like...
Which was basically him just shaking a stick.
Oh, can I get second? Oh, I'm in third. Nope. Not getting second. But I am beating Brian. Yeah. Yeah. What's your last don't think pick?
My last this one will pain some people. But I mean, it's so fucking obvious considering Mario Kart is basically it now. No new F-Zero. We both did a cop-out. That's why we have to choose the F-Zero track for this one.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
Maybe we'll get it. Maybe I don't know. I just don't see F-Zero like coming back anytime soon. Maybe in 2 years we'll get a new F-Zero. Maybe then.
I think when they have the NX, when they release and like details about the NX, I think one of the launch titles will be
F-Zero NX.
I think, I'm not even kidding, like I think that'll actually be one of the games, because Miyamoto said in an interview that they haven't found the right controller or something for the game, which is complete garbage, but...
Like, yeah, look at what they've done with the Wii and like the gamepad, like this is perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but I think that he's either just being Miyamoto and being like, haha, by the way, F-Zero's coming out this year.
By the way, turds, F-Zero, bet you didn't see that one coming. We didn't see the Star Fox kind of came out of nowhere, like...
Yeah, I remember sitting at a picnic table in the middle of the park and being like, huh, Star Fox, huh?
Just... What are you doing here?
Yeah, it was like...
Star Fox visits my local picnicking area, apparently.
I think it was like a class trip or something, and like I was on Reddit, and then I saw that Star Fox was announced. It wasn't announced. It was teased.
It was announced. That was Star Fox.
It was teased. Was what
Dude,
the Reddit
that was
the
Star
Reddit post
Fox.
said it. The Reddit post said it was teased, and I'm like frantically looking on the internet for a trailer.
And like, there's just this video with Miyamoto obviously playing Star Fox despite it being blurred in the background. And then it's like IGN comes up next day. They were like, "Yeah, we fucking played Star Fox. It was great." What do you mean you didn't play Star Fox? Oh, that's right. You're not a prestigious video game journalism website like us.
They're like, what do you mean you didn't play Star Fox? It was at E3. Like that one kid who always got everything.
I think Kotaku also played Star Fox, and they said it was Star Fox, but it felt a little funny. Like I guess because it was so early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been those motion controls.
There's motion controls.
Because you know those are going to be forced.
They are. Hopefully we can turn them off. Like, I hate.
Because that was a great feature in Splatoon, actually, though.
Okay, like it works for like the charger, but nothing else.
Motion controls?
Yeah, motion controls work well for the charger, just like nothing else.
I have not tried them with the charger. I just started playing, right? So I haven't been able to play much. Go. Yes. No.
Go,
I got like
Godzilla.
last.
I got like last, and your wife is still a whore. Like, it's been a disappointing day for all of us. And why do I have tomatoes in mine?
I've got tomato in my sleeve. Do you know what that's from?
Okay, what, Rory?
I said I've got tomato in my sleeve.
What?
Do you know what that's from?
Mm-mm.
It's from Flight of the Conchords.
What's... That's like a movie, right? Or a book?
It's a TV show.
Oh, I've never watched it.
Oh, it's definitely worth a watch. Shout outs to Flight of the Conchords.